Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Xbox the Box, an Xbox podcast. My name is Potato Chief, and with my good friend Alice. Point the right
Hi.
direction this time. Yay! I pointed the right way this time. Yes! I'll never get that right. 30 episodes, and I still did the which way am I pointing thing. Welcome to a brand new episode of Xbox the Box. We're on episode 30. This is kind of a milestone, I think, sort of. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Triple decades. There's not a massive amount of news this week, but there's lots of small little tidbit news, like little tiny bits of news that we could discuss. But there's nothing like major happened this week. A lot of just ABK, Activision Blizzard King stuff again, which is just getting really tedious and boring. I kind of just want this to get done. I don't know about you. I just realised I got topic of the show in big right in the middle of the screen. That's not happening right now. what we are discussing is what we've been playing, and
Yes.
I think it's the same thing we've said the last 2 weeks. Pokemon, kind of obsessed.
Yeah.
Obsessed.
I've been playing nothing but like Pokemon Violet, and
Same.
I've been like going through like I think it's not a while ago when I completed the game, but also like went through like catching the rest of the Pokemon, evolving all of them. But I did manage to find some friends on Discord to trade the rest of the Scarlet exclusives,
Jealous.
and that's how I managed to complete the Pokédex.
Yeah, you've beaten the Pokedex before me, which is I'm about 20 away. You've already done it. I'm like 380 odd Pokemon out of 400. I'm like, no, I want to beat the Pokedex. I'm so annoyed. I'll get it done eventually. I'm almost there. Living on a prayer.
I know that the people have like said so much about the game's issues there,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I don't want to belittle anyone who says those things, because the game is broken.
Oh, yeah.
It's got glitches, and I have to admit, I do actually know some glitches as well as frame rate stutters. Like even if I close the game, and it's a little bit of a mess, but at the same time, I'm still having fun with it, which. The game has compelled me so much that I could get Pokemon Scarlet if I ever decide to Twitch stream. Otherwise, I can like still continue playing Violet and collect all the Pokemon. But I'm gonna plan to play Pokemon Arceus next because I'm gonna catch some more extra Pokemon and then like update it on Pokemon Home.
Pokemon
So-
Arceus is so good. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's weird because they brought out Diamond and Pearl last year, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and they were awful games, or they were just like straight ports. But then Arceus and Scarlet and Violet have both been very good games. They're a bit buggy, but they're so fun to play. They are like some of the best Pokemon games I've ever played, like gameplay wise. I'd rather something that's fun gameplay and a bit buggy than something that's kind of boring and generic, like Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond. To be perfectly honest. I mean, I love Professor as well. It's like the same thing. Like Skyrim and stuff was always buggy when it came out, and I still love that game to death. So, you know.
Well, I recently saw a video by Jim Precision, and Stephanie's like got really cross about the amount of performance and glitches in it.
Yeah.
And it's so bad that they found it that they said that Cyberpunk 2077, they just feel more sympathetic towards it because Pokemon Violet and Scarlet is just like it's like got more issues with it, and yet it's just something that you can laugh with instead of laughing at it. Yeah. So, but I think to me, like as we were talking about Halo Infinite, and in the past I was like so skeptical of like Halo Infinite and thinking it's not going to succeed, whereas you just feel it's like really good. Well, when it comes to the
Sorry.
but when it comes to the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, when it's so buggier, like it's just as bad as Assassin's Creed Unity, that people even like get refunds. Both of us here really love the game despite the performance issues with it, and there isn't a lot of it that kind of upsets our progress. Well, touch wood, but
Yeah.
but
What was
yeah,
good?
it's yeah.
Well, what I was going to say is that a lot of these games that like you just said, Cyberpunk and Assassin's Creed Unity, and all these other games that have got glitches and bugs and stuff in it, they're all game breaking. There's a lot of game breaking bugs, which I've not experienced any of that in Pokemon. I've not had a hard crash. I know some people have, but I've never had a hard crash or anything that's going to impede my progress. Like I haven't been like stuck on a boss because of a glitch or anything like that. The only glitches I've seen are like really weird, like frame rates, like a Pokemon in the distance, like going at like 2 frames per second and stuff like that. Just funny stuff more than anything. It's just some of it just looks silly, but it's nothing. I've not had any game breaking glitches with the game myself personally. So I mean that's anecdotal. So maybe I'm not, but a lot of people I know who
That's
played
all
it
right.
have not had any game breaking any game breaking bugs. But obviously, it's still not ideal. But as long as it's like if they were game breaking, then it'd be worse. But like it's not like you get to a gym and then it crashes. And you have to do the whole last 10-20 minutes again and all that stuff. It seems like it's pretty. You can still progress without any real issues. There's not like any brick walls in the way, like glitching wise, as far as I'm concerned, anyway.
Well, for me, the only time where I had a hard crash was when I was playing Pokemon Sword, and that's
Yeah.
traveling across the wild area. But I don't think I had any of those that I remember on like Pokemon Violet. It could
No.
happen to me one day, but it's really up to Game Freak to go fix those problems out. But I did notice, which I could consider to be a game-breaking bug, is that
Yeah.
when I completed the raid, thankfully I got autosave on.
Yeah.
So when I went to the way to face against water type muck,
Yeah.
I managed to defeat it. And when I got the rewards and everything, it just got stuck on the game screen, and I just couldn't get out of it. I was left waiting, and it just didn't do anything. So I had to quit the game, reload it, and I got the save that I was a few yards away from having to do the same raid again. So I did the raid, and then it's all right now. So
Well, fair enough. So, see, I mean, you have had some kind of bad glitches then. I've not really experienced anything like that on my side yet, thankfully. Yeah, I mean, I've got to. Yeah, so we both been playing Pokemon again. I'm obsessed with this game. It's really fun. I don't know what I'm gonna, when I beat the Pokedex. I don't know what I'm going to do then. I guess shiny hunt, but even
yes,
then, I might move on to doing something else. Maybe get God of War for Christmas. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do after that.
I
Maybe
would
play
have to say
Pentiment.
that I would say that most of the time for me is just like it. It works for me. It's just it's only just one bug that considered to be game breaking in such a way, but doesn't
Yeah.
affect my save. But but it's just like works for me the most part. I don't. Then if it's just a glitch is like makes it a bit annoying, but it's still fun to play, and I enjoy playing it so much that I played it for like over 80 hours, which is about five. I think it's over 5 hours more when I play Pokemon Sword.
Well, I played a lot of Pokemon Sword. I play a lot of all the Pokemon games. To be fair, I'm a bit of obsessive. Uh, as I was saying last week, that's my yearly addiction game. Like everyone has one. It's either Call of Duty, FIFA, or Pokemon, and Pokemon's mine. Every year, come rain or shine, I'll pick up any new Pokemon game every single year. Yeah, so I'm totally down for that. Yeah, have you played anything else? Because that's all I've played this week. So it's not. I mean, I want to go back and play Vampire Survive, but I've been so obsessed with Pokemon that I haven't gone back to it yet.
Yeah, same with me. I've just only played Pokemon.
Yeah, so should we move on to the news? Because we've got loads of news to get through today.
Yes,
And
let's do
I
that.
also want to mention the fact that we are recording this on a Tuesday night. We usually record this Wednesday during the day. So if something big happens Wednesday morning and we don't talk about it, then that's why. It's like, oh my god, Xbox bought Sega. Why are they not talking about it? It's like, well, because we're in the past. We normally record on a Wednesday afternoon, but we're recording on a Tuesday night because, well, it's Christmas time and family stuff kind of takes precedence a little bit. So Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So let's try and get on with the news. So I've got so many items here. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different news articles. 10! A baker's dozen.
8,
That's,
9,
that's,
10.
10. A bit, that's kind of funny. I nicked that, the baker's dozen thing. A baker's dozen. 10. That's not right, but you know. So up first. So, okay. There was a mystery WB game, Warner Brothers, 43 gig size file that's been added to Xbox, but no one knows what it is. All they know is it's Warner Brothers. So there's a Warner Brothers file, which is a game that's going to be 43 gigs that has been added to the Xbox. They might have been resolved by the time you hear this story. This news story might have been resolved, but what do you think this possibly could be? Could this be like a beta for like Suicide Squad or like a new Mortal Kombat or something like I don't know. What do you think this could be? Like this is WB.
I would say I think the beta for the Suicide Squad is interesting, but there's of course a Mortal Kombat 12, which is pretty much rumored that could be coming next. But there's also the possible Injustice game, or even according to the tweet by Ed Boon, that it could be a DC versus Marvel game. But
that'd be cool.
I don't know. Either way, it could be a 50-50 whether it's considered to be Mortal Kombat 12 as a demo. And it just reminds me that I bought and played Mortal Kombat 11 like last year for like during Christmas, and I thought, wow, it's cool.
I love Mortal Kombat. I haven't really played much of the new Mortal Kombat. But I used to love those games a lot. I was always a Scorpion main. It's kind of cliche, isn't it? But you know, whatever. Get over here. That's exactly just like spam the get over here over the time. My best friend, who I used to play a lot of it against, my friend Smash Fiends actually, he always used to be Sub-Zero, so it was always Sub-Zero versus Scorpion every time. Love Mortal Kombat.
Perfect rivalry.
Yes, the rivalry must continue. Yeah, I think maybe this might be Mortal Kombat. This might be Suicide Squad. This might be nothing. It could just be a developer thing. There might be like the developers might be having some kind of patch or something that they need to mess around on the Xbox. We don't know what this is. It's a very interesting story though. Like WWE's put something on Xbox, but we don't know what it is. This might have been resolved by now, for all we know, but at this moment in time, it's a mystery. Ooh, mystery. Up next, our next story is Mega Man 12 through 15 has officially been copyrighted. Yeah, Mega Man 15's come in. I mean, obviously we got 12, 13, 14 first, you'd think. Should we copyright Mega Man 16 now and just be petty, so they can't use it? I mean, that's
Probably not.
The plan.
I would rather like get Capcom interested to bring Mega Man 12 all through to 15, because Mega Man 11 like 4 years ago, that's actually very good games. So I'd love to see more of these, but I'm just a bit curious to know like if Capcom's ever going to bring out the Mega Man X9, because it's been like teased, but they haven't even brought out about it.
I mean, the X series is really good, isn't it? It's one of the better series as X series, so they've kind of just stopped that dead. I'm a massive Mega Man fan. Mega Man 2 is my favourite, which is a bit, obviously, it's a bit cliche. Everyone says Mega Man 2 is the best one, but it is. I'm looking forward to it. If there is more Mega Man on the way, I'm totally down for it. The fact that they've patented 12 through 15 is really interesting to me because, like as you said, it's been 4 years since they did 11. And we haven't done anything since. And it was a massive gap between 11 and 10 as well. And like Mega Man goes through periods of being dead for like 5-6 years, and then they'll just come back. The fact that they've copyrighted those 3 games or 4 games is, it means that they're still interested in making Mega Man games, I guess. It's not a dead franchise, I guess. I mean, it's still... It lives! Mega Man lives! Thank God. I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, we're waiting for the news for it to come through when we're actually going to get some more Mega Man. But so, I mean, we should expect 12 any minute now. Maybe at the Game Awards. Ooh. Mega Man 12. Let us know what you guys think. Speaking of the Game Awards, that's tomorrow. When this is going up, you guys will be seeing this. This will be a couple of hours before the actual Game Awards. We're in the past here. Any last minute predictions for the Game Awards? Do you think there's going to be any trailers for anything interesting from Xbox, or do you think we're going to have a bit of a quiet one this year? What do you think?
I don't know, because it could be a bit of a quiet one, because we all know who's going to win the Game Awards.
Yep. Horizon Zero Dawn, right, or whatever it's called. No. I was trying to think what's the least Xenoblade Chronicles 3, right? We all know that's going to win it. I'm trying to think of the least likely one to win it. It should be Elden Ring, I hope, but it's probably going to be God of War because that's just how the internet works. Recency bias. Boo. I hate recency bias. Boo. Saying that, I watched a podcast the other day and people apparently recency bias isn't a thing when it comes to the Game Awards. Apparently, you're more likely to win an award if you came out earlier in the year. Apparently, which I don't believe that. I will see. I'll believe it when I see it. Yeah. We saw Hellblade last year. And then we saw Perfect Art the year before that, and we saw Hellblade again before that, and we saw the reveal of the Xbox as well, the Xbox Series X. So, do we see Hellblade again? I don't know if they showed Hellblade though. Surely they're gonna give us a launch date or something though. And I don't know. Maybe we'll see Redfall because we know that's coming out early next year, or Starfield. I was just listening to that Todd Howard interview again, earlier when I was in work, and it's so interesting. And it just makes me I'm really excited to see more Starfield. Any more Starfield, and I'll just gobble it up. I'm very excited for Starfield all of a sudden. So I'm like, give me more, please. I want to travel to all these planets. Yeah, it's really weird. Have you listened to the Todd Howard interview? Because we discussed it last week, so I'm not going to go too much detail.
I haven't had a chance to listen to it.
Oh, it's interesting. It was just there's one bit they mentioned. It was like they're saying this is the simulator, the big the best ever loneliness simulator or something like that. You could basically be the only person on a planet, like a barren planet, all alone on a barren planet. And it was like, for some reason, that really intrigues me. I'm really hoping that we get to see that, something like that. Just I'll be on some random moon and some random galaxy, and there'll be nothing, and just apart from the stars above me. That'd be cool. I don't know why that intrigues me, but that really interested me. I want that game. I don't know why. And that is a walking simulator game. You just walk for hundreds of miles with nothing. I'm rambling a bit. I've just gone off on one bit. Yeah, anyway. Game Awards. Maybe we see Starfield. I think that might be the Redfall or Starfield. I think are the most likely candidates because we know they're coming next year. Maybe get a release date. Maybe Hellblade for the third time. For some reason Jeff Keighley gets he has he has certain games that show up at his shows all the time. Like Breath of the Wild was on 3 different Game Awards, and Hellblade's been at 2 different Game Awards. so it's like, is Hellblade going to be there for a 3rd year again? I don't know. Rambling a bit. I'm hoping Elden Ring wins Game of the Year. That was my rant. So I'm sorry if I kind of got off on one a little bit.
Yeah.
Anything else you wanted to talk about with the Game Awards?
No, I just don't really have much to say about it because this hasn't been on my mind, and I've been looking after myself well too.
Fair. I mean, I'm not. The awards themselves don't even seem to matter really. They don't even care about half the awards. They'll be like, the award for Best Actor goes to this person. And now our sponsor, Doritos, wants to talk about something. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, Jeff? It's an advert. It's like This award was brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends, and the winner is. It's like what? No, shut up. Yeah, new trailers coming at the Game Awards. I'm hoping we're gonna see something. I want to see Avowed would be good. I want to see Starfield or Avowed. That's what I want. That's what I want. Yeah. Okay, Monster Hunter Rise, which was previously a Switch exclusive, is now coming to Game Pass on the 23rd of January. Monster Hunter is a big game, and the fact that it's coming to Xbox and it's coming to Game Pass is huge. I'm excited to play it. I wanted to play it on Switch, and I just never got around to it. So now I don't have to pay any extra money, and I can just play it on Game Pass. I'm excited. Are we gonna play some Monster Hunter when it comes out? You gonna level up some? Yeah, I'm gonna get my Rathalos armor. I love Monster Hunter. I played the shit out of Monster Hunter 3 and Monster Hunter 4. I'm excited. I haven't really played any of the newer ones, but this one sounds really cool, so I'm excited. High fidelity version. Yay!
I only played the Monster Hunter 3 demos.
Yeah.
Like the original Monster Hunter on the PlayStation 2 demo, which came out with the Devil May Cry 3 disc.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just like interesting, but then I just saw like the huge appeal of this game, and I thought, yeah, that's cool. But I think when it comes out of Game Pass, then it's definitely something I could check out.
I'm excited for it. I'm really excited to play it. And so I missed out on it the original time around. It's supposed to be a very good game. It was very well received, and it's obviously going to run better on the Xbox, you'd think, than on the Switch. So I'm looking forward to getting this like 4K, 60 frames a second version of Monster Hunter Rise. I mean, I'm totally down for that. I'm so excited. Yeah, Monster Hunter. It's coming January. Like 2023 is going to be a banger year for Xbox. It's already kicking off. That's like that's the first month, January. We started off the year strong. So I'm excited for that. Yeah. We were talking about the Game Awards earlier. I should have probably tied this in with the Game Awards stuff. Tekken 8's been announced to be shown at the Game Awards. Cool. I love Tekken. There's not really much to say about that apart from we're going to see more Tekken. Yay! Hopefully,
I think it would be quite nice, but I just hope it won't be a PlayStation 5 exclusive. But I think there's sense that it could well go to Xbox as well.
I think they said it's on. I think they said it's on Xbox already. I think I've already heard that it's coming to Xbox as well. Should we look? I might look that up. I'm pretty sure it's not an exclusive. I'll check that out. Tekken 8. Looking at my phone. PS5, Series X, and PC, and Series S. Woohoo! Cool. Yeah, so it's on Xbox, which I thought it was, but you had me worried for a second. it's like, oh, is it exclusive to PlayStation? No. They seem to steal all the good fighting games, which is annoying. Bring back Killer Instinct. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Here's some news that you'll definitely be excited for. Grounded 1.0.1. Yay, we love Grounded. This is one of our...
Yes.
And I love the way you yawned when I said that. I was like, it's Grounded. They fixed the zip lines. You've got bigger inventory. Zip lines, you can now go upwards, which is hilarious because we've been building towers, so we have higher elevation and lower elevation. So we always had zip lines going down. So we have like because me and Alice have played a lot of Grounded together. We've built a load of different towers so we can travel across the map. But now you can go upwards, up on a wire. Then we've just made half our buildings obsolete now. So, oh well. Thanks for that, Grounded team. You made our buildings obsolete. Can you hear me, Alex?
So I was a bit tired, but yeah. So I heard about the big backpacks and the zip lines, but I just wondered, like, how do these zip lines work when you just go crawling up? So
no, anti-gravity zip lines. I'll have to have a look.
Oh, is it gravity zip lines?
I have no idea. That's all they've said is that there's supposed to be lots of little things. They've done little quality of life things, but yeah.
I just
Um,
hope we don't have to kill a next big, huge enemy in order to get the materials to make the zip lines there. Because
you probably
we
will.
already have been dealing with enough mosquitoes and bees to have those kind of issues there.
Yeah.
Because the game's already got lots of difficulty spikes.
My dog's decided to wake up. Hello, doggy. She's distracting me. Hello. Hello. She's just such a distraction. You're distracting me. I'm doing my podcast. Okay. Yeah, so that's really it with the grounded stuff. Like, that's the important stuff. So, okay, so there was a hackathon that Xbox have recently done where... Oh, Pebbles. This is my dog. She's making noises now. Sit down. Calm down. I'm trying to concentrate here. You're really distracted now. Okay. There you go. Okay. Anyway, she's old dog, 13. Yeah, so they had a hackathon where they basically, all the staff from Xbox and Microsoft pitched ideas to the higher ups, and they recently pitched Achievements 3.0, which would tie in the current achievement system and also have similar to like PlayStation trophies. So you have bronze, silver, and gold and platinum trophies for doing certain things, and you could get trophies for like playing 30 different Game Pass games, or like like Microsoft rewards, but tie them into the achievement system. So I thought it was cool that they had like a new, brand new achievement system that they've designed. It might not lead to anything. This is just a pitch that they've pitched to Microsoft. But the fact that someone's thinking about it and working on it and has the good idea for it, I think is really cool. I mean, what would you like to see in a new achievement system if they did do that?
Well, I just feel that there's a bigger problem with it because I read the post about it, and apparently it's just like feeling that it gives you points if you do some certain activities in order to
Yeah.
get Microsoft points. Because the challenges that you get with Game Pass are just like not so great.
Yeah.
Like they didn't change the achievements apart from like giving bigger pictures associated with them, but then it just like p- contains them into the app instead of having it integrated with the interface like with the Xbox 360. And I just think like if they're just trying to encourage people to get more points, then it's just going to be a bit useless because I recently been playing Pokemon so much and didn't feel like going back on the Xbox that
Yeah.
I ended up like having to go back on was it that I just already broken my 50 weeks streak of earning points. You do those weekly sets.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I just getting really fed up with some of the weeks where you only get achievements in Xbox One games in order to complete the challenge. When
Yeah.
we have Xbox Series XS games and Xbox 360 games, but
Yeah.
not any of those. It's just ridiculous.
I mean, yeah, I want a platinum trophy. I mean, that's what I want, or a platinum achievement, I guess would be. I want something to. I want to be like going, hey, look, I've completed 20 games on my Xbox, and that's how like, it's like, that's the one thing with PlayStation is like when it's a game I really like Spider-Man. I go, oh yes, I got the platinum on Spider-Man. I'm really cool. I got the platinum. I platinumed it because it's a really fun game. And it's like also when you get a platinum, it's like, oh, I'm finally done with that game. I can uninstall it and I can just move on with my life. And it's just like it's something cool to show off and brag about your friends. So it's like that's what I want. I want a platinum equivalent for Xbox, a completionist achievement or something. I don't know. That's all I want. I don't really care about this extra stuff. The extra stuff sounds cool and interesting, but all I want is a platinum trophy. That's all you have to do. Just add that, like a completionist tab. That's all. Like a completed games tab. That's all you need to add, really. For me, I'd be happy with that. And it's like so it's like my gamer score, and then underneath completed games 10 or 20 or 30 or however many it is. Yeah, and it's like, oh, you've completed Hannah Montana and Peppa Pig. Maybe not. Maybe I actually Peppa Pig. I have 100%, but I haven't completely Hannah Montana. I don't know. I don't know about you.
Well, uh, well, I've been reading around the article, and it says it's not just like affects the system; it also affects per each title. So we could see medals in place for completing games. And I think it would be very useful. It's also useful with platinum trophies. It only affects the original trophies.
Yeah.
So if you got DLC, you don't have to get them in order to get all the achievements.
Yeah, I hope that's what happens as well. Yeah, because that's the one thing I hear about Xbox is you'll be completing a game and it's like, oh, here's some like new achievements through like DLC, and it's like, oh, I'm not 100% in this game anymore. That's annoying. And usually they're really hard achievements to get as well. It's like, no. Yeah, so Achievement 3.0, what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. Are you excited to see the achievement system?
I would also say that I think it's really useful because I've been looking around and I noticed that there are medals where you just do the same kind of thing and you get gold or silver medals. So and that's what I've been thinking of the achievement system, that if they were to introduce this, it would be great if you do multiple matches or reach the developers' specifications, like in like time splitters games where you play enough of the games or you spent enough time on the game according to the developer specifications, then you get medals based on each repetitive thing you do. So it would be great, like on Halo, if you complete like over 1,000 games, you should get a gold medal, and likewise. But there's already the stats thing, which is a bit wonky on an Xbox, where it just tells you on how many things you do. But quite often, that most of the games I saw always has this like time spent on it, and you're ranked on it based on how much time you spent on this game. Like the longer you spend on the game, the higher up you get on the leaderboard. I just hope developers should have some creativity to bring in the medals if they're ever going to be implemented for games.
Totally. I would like some like more lifetime achievement towards like you were just saying, like there's like some games like Fortnite, they got awful achievements, but it'd be good for someone who's like plays for like 1,000 hours on Fortnite to get some kind of achievement just for playing a long time. Like I like me and you both play a lot of Halo Infinite, so it'd just be nice to have an achievement like you've played this game for X amount of hours. Here's an achievement. Here's some free points for your Microsoft rewards. I'm like, oh, thank you, Xbox. That's really kind of you. Like just something because like. Achievements will really reward people for playing lots of different things, which is great for Game Pass. But if you like one game and that's all you really play, then you're not going to see much of a progress. So I mean, if you're like a Call of Duty person who only plays Call of Duty every year, you can get a maximum of 1,000 gamer score every year, and that's if you max it, which not many people do. So it'd be nice to have some like achievements for just like. Or you've played this every day for a week trophy or something like that. Or you've played this game like for X amount of hours or something like that. I think that'd be cool. I would totally be down for that. And tying it into the Microsoft Rewards, I think would also be awesome because Microsoft Rewards is the most like underrated thing that Xbox does. The fact that you can earn points to buy stuff and to renew your Game Pass without having to actually spend any money is great. So if you can tie that to the new achievement system, you can tie it all together, have some kind of platinum trophy, like a completionist or reward, I'd be totally down for all that. That's what I want. I feel like achievements are such a good thing that Xbox came up with, and then PlayStation kind of copied it and nicked it, and now they're like ahead of Xbox now. I feel like Xbox needs to now get back ahead of where they like kind of get back into the front line with that. I think I hope they do take some of these notes on board and actually update the achievement system. I hope so. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Okay, next up is Game of the Year, Elden Ring. Woo! Free DLC, free Colosseum, new PvP mode. This will be active by the time you guys hear this podcast. 7th of December, aka tomorrow to us, or right now for you guys. Yeah, there's some arenas in in Elden Ring that you've not been able to access. They've been just like locked off. Some people have managed to like glitch into them and stuff, but they've been closed off for you, so you can't access them like properly. And they are free. They're like coliseums for PvP. The trailer I watched it earlier. It looks like you could do 1v1s, 2v2s, free for alls, or 3v3s. So that should be a lot of fun for people who love PvP. I love Elden Ring. PvP is not my thing. I like to stand at the back and shoot laser beams. I like to get my Kamehameha, but I got like this wand, the most powerful wand in the game, and I just charge and go Kamehameha, and then just shoot a laser beam right through the enemy and kill them with one massive laser. That's what I like to do. Whereas PvP is for the people who like to roll around in circles and then chop people in the butt with their knife. And they just go chop, 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 and then roll around and then chop, chop, chop. It's like, that's not me. That is not me. I'm the run away and shoot people with lasers from a distance kind of guy.
I think it sounds as if it's changed from, I think it was PvE modes from like certain games. I don't remember the name of it, but I think it just turns from Devil May Cry 4 from that over to Castle Crashes, where people just like go around. Once you get on a horse, you'll go around and just spam attack at everyone.
My dog's attacking me again. Stop attacking me! What was I going to say as well? What I would like to do is maybe do like Pokemon battle, like Pebbles. You did. Do like my own version of Pokemon where you summon monsters from Elden Ring. You both summon monsters each and see whose monster wins. So I'll summon my Dark Magician. Like, and then I'll face all wolves.
Does it sound like more like Robot Wars than Pokemon?
I mean, that works too, yeah. Pokemon, or like, I was doing Yu-Gi-Oh! Reference then, but yeah. I summoned the Dark Magician! I summoned the Blue Eyes White Dragon! Oh, man, yeah. Oh, my God. That'd be so fun. I'd have fun with that. If I could, like, hide in the distance and just summon monsters onto the field and have my monsters versus other monsters, that would be totally fun. That would be hilarious. But yeah, PvP, not my thing, but it's cool that we get a free update and we get free stuff. I might play a couple of games in it because I've been dying to go back to Elden Ring. I completed it and I kind of got nothing to do on it, so yeah. I'm like max level as well because there's this area you can like farm. Like you get this sword that shoots like a fire across the entire map, and then there's like these monsters that like give you like 2,000, 3,000 ruins or like souls. And when you kill them, so there's like a big row of them, and you just fire this sword. And you get like 30,000, 40,000 ruins at a time. Save it, and then they respawn, and just literally just farm it. I used to farm the hell out of that section. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to farm it. So I'm almost max level in Elden Ring, so it might be fun to go in there and just wipe some noobs out where I'm like level like 1,000 or whatever it is. Just kill some noobs with my magic powers. Yeah, free update. I know you haven't played Elden Ring, but yeah, I think that's the cool thing. I'm hoping that we get a new story DLC as well soon. I'm hoping that there's like maybe at the Game Awards they might show some story DLC. Maybe I hope so. Fingers crossed. So our last small story of the day. Well, it's not really that small. It's a big one. It's Xbox have now copied PlayStation, and now we are having $70 games. Boo!
Yeah, that's not great. But I think it's just part of like Microsoft considering raising price of their products, and yeah, it's going to like spread over to raise the money for their first party games. But I hope it only affects like the much talked about games and doesn't affect the price of Xbox Game Pass. Because I think it just says about like Starfield, Forza Motorsport, and Redfall. But I hope it just doesn't affect lesser known Xbox games. But then again, I just as long as the Game Pass is like remains as a flat rate, then it shouldn't be that much of an issue. But I think as a person who like goes around with 70 quid in their pocket, like if they realise that they're paying more for it, then that's a huge issue because 30 years ago, new games you pay like 40 quid for them, and it gets really cheaper after every year, and it's been the case with like 2002, but now it's just skyrocketed to about 70 quid, so it's just ridiculous.
It's like people will go like the sorry, I'm rambling a bit again. The PS We Trust guys, they had this argument with him before. They're like, "Oh, we're fine with it." I'm like, "No, I can't. I think this is bad. It's bad for everyone." It's like they say like because I remember having this argument with people on the PlayStation podcast about it, and they were saying about inflation, and I go, "Well, screw inflation. I don't care what you like. PlayStation and Xbox both have been bragging about how they've got record profits and they're earning so much money, so they don't need to do this." And also, there's other forms of income when it comes to Xbox and PlayStation. Like, you can sell the game for 60, 70... my dog's doing spins. What are you doing? Sorry, she's distracting me. You can sell them for like $70, but then you also got microtransactions, and you have pay DLC, expansion passes, and other stuff, like loot boxes... there's so much stuff that they make money. My dog's really distracted me. I'm sorry. I think she might need the loo, but we're in the middle of the podcast here. You just calm down for 10 minutes. Anyway, sorry. So inflation is like, but they're like earning record profits, and they've got so much money coming in, and they make money from like microtransactions and DLC. So it's not like oh, poor Xbox and poor Sony. What are they going to do about this extra $10 from us? Oh, boo hoo! This oh, think of PlayStation and Xbox. What are they going to do about our extra $10? What are they're going to starve? Like we're in a global recession. Everyone's suffering at the moment. People are struggling to pay rent or electricity or heat, food for food. And then you're like, oh well, let's put an extra $10 on it. I thought like Xbox, you got the moral high ground here. You're making your game $60, and you're showing that it's like value. You got like a good value proposition with Game Pass. I feel like you didn't have to put the prices up. If they kept the prices at 60, they'd make them look so much better. But now they just look just as bad as Sony and such money grabbing again. It doesn't.
Yes.
It's not a good look. They could have I don't think it was worth the extra $10. I don't think it's worth it. They should have just stuck it out. I think, but there you go. But then also what people I've been hearing online and a lot of people saying is that they wanted to put the price up now before they bought Activision Blizzard, because if they put the prices up after they get Activision Blizzard, they can't. They people might accuse them of inflating the price once they bought the product. They want to have the status quo at $70 now, and not $70 after the fact, so it doesn't look like buying ABK means they have to put the price up. So they wanted to get ahead of it, I think. Also, they might be announcing release dates for Starfield and Redfall or pre-ordered. People will be able to pre-order it, and they wanted to get announce the $70 before pre-orders become available as well. I mean, that's the other thing I've heard as well. But it sucks. It sucks. I don't like it.
It does.
It's not needed. They didn't need to do it. Xbox, I respected the fact that they held their ground for so long of not putting their prices up, but now they've done it. It's like, ugh, it feels dirty. It's like, yeah, you're supposed to be you're the chosen one, Xbox. You were the chosen one. you're supposed to be the pro-consumer one. What are you doing? You were doing so well with pro-consumer moves, and now you've copied Sony. Boo. God.
Is this going to be another YouTube short with people commenting that this is cringe?
Yeah, probably. You can say I'm cringe. I don't care. I'll be cringe. I like being cringe. I'll be cringe. Cringe time.
It just reminds me that I miss those Pokemon Let's Go's of you doing Nuzlocke and probably with
Yeah,
randomizer. Yeah.
yeah. I miss doing those locks. They were fun. So yeah, that's the news for the week. Do. We got topic of the show. Woo! You ready for
Ooh,
topic of the show? Woo! We're both very tired. Sorry, I'm trying to.
yeah, I'm being
Woo!
like really
Topic of the
tired
show.
too. Yeah.
So, Michael Pachter and Tom Warren are both this week. Both have come out with saying, "Is Sony the new Blockbuster video?" Ooh, I got Blockbuster closed down behind me in the background. Um, basically
yeah.
saying that Blockbuster to Netflix is PlayStation to Game Pass. PlayStation are old fashioned and they want to sell games at full price, but people are gonna want to digitally stream and digitally download games from Game Pass, and that's the future. Michael Pachter goes as far as saying that he thinks that PlayStation's no longer going to be a thing in 10 years' time, which I think is a bit crazy. But I think what do you think? Do you think the PlayStation is stuck in their ways and they don't? I mean, obviously, the idea that's like their main concern when it comes to the ABK deal is that Call of Duty is going to be on Game Pass, and that's going to be like a subscription seller, isn't it? Like I was going to say console
Yeah.
seller, but it's a subscription seller, really. Um,
Mm.
it will damage PlayStation badly when Call of Duty is available on Game Pass, but you know, well,
Well,
for
I
shit.
think. Well, I think if
Sorry.
you think about it, putting the Game Pass, Call of Duty and Game Pass is like it's likely to cause this effect. So maybe it's just something else that Sony's worried about, and not just to do with like the 10 years of Call of Duty. But I think the way how they responded to it, it just showed them as more greedy than afraid because it just
Yeah.
seems like as if 10 years of Xbox is not going to be enough. 10 years of Call of Duty on the PlayStation is not going to be enough.
Yeah, they seem. I think they seem scared to me. That's what it comes across as. They seem like really like terrified of it. And the thing I don't understand to me is that they're so concerned. I mean, we've said this in previous episodes. They're so concerned about Call of Duty, yet World of Warcraft and Overwatch and Diablo and all these other massive franchises they don't seem to care about. It's weird. That's like their only concern is Call of Duty. And yeah, I kind of agree with Michael Pachter in a way. He's like saying like PlayStation sales will be affected. That when people can see you can get Game Pass and get Call of Duty for cheaper, there's a lot of people who just buy consoles for Call of Duty. They will just basically just get Game Pass. I can see that happening. But I don't think it's gonna be like he said that he thinks PlayStation's probably gonna be dead in like 10 years. I don't think that's the case. I think that's a bit.
No,
I personally.
I think it would take a lot more than that to say they will die in like 10 years,
I
because
think
they're
that.
currently like the biggest naming video games
Oh
consoles
yeah,
in both Europe and Japan. But because of what the Sony did recently to alienate Japanese players,
yeah,
I think that
that's true.
Sony PlayStation might actually move a bit away from Asian markets. But then I don't know, because we keep seeing like Japanese games reach Game Pass, so
Yeah.
it could well be we could see more Asian games, uh, like switching over to Xbox eventually. But who knows? I
I
mean,
mean,
Switch is just back there eating popcorn, watching all this.
yes, Switch just do what he likes. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of if you can get Game Pass for £10 a month and then you can stream it on any device in your house. I mean that's kind of what they want. They want to get the mobile gamers. They want to get the PC gamers. They want to get the console gamers in obviously as well. But I don't know. You were saying about PlayStation being like this could be the like kill PlayStation. PlayStation have already kind of they already started to fight back with the PlayStation Plus. They got the PlayStation Plus service, which is like their equivalent. It's not as good as Game Pass, but I feel like before PlayStation die, if it gets that dire, I think they will start to put games first party games on there day one, and that would be enough to carry them forward. I don't think it'll ever get to the point where it's like where they're like, oh, we're gonna we're gonna close down, but we're still not gonna do first parties day one on game on a PlayStation Plus, even if we are gonna die and like close down. I don't think that's the case. I think they'll get to a point where they'll have to buckle and change their stance. They have more than enough service. They have more than enough good content to keep their progress going. I think they should be fine. But I think Game Pass is far in the lead, and I think PlayStation needs to start pulling their finger out and try and catch up. But I don't think they're gonna die out. I think that's a bit extreme. We said that the title of the video is Sony the next blockbuster video. That's a bit hyperbole. That's a bit of a. But I feel like the current, if they stay the way they are, that is the case. But if they change and adapt, I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be fine. To be honest, like a couple of weeks ago, they were talking about how they're worried that Xbox wants them to be the next Nintendo, which is like, why would you want to? Why is that a bad thing? Like, that's fantastic. I would love to be the next Nintendo. What do you mean? Nintendo are really profitable and successful. Why would you not want to be the next Nintendo? But what they mean by that is that they want to put PlayStation into their own niche, I guess. I don't know. But, like, they got more than enough games to have their own niche. They kind of have their own niche as it is. The third-person Angry Dad simulator, that's, like, PlayStation, isn't it? Like, that's all their games. They're, like, the same game. They're all the same genre.
Yeah.
I'm an angry dad, and here's my story.
The fact you mentioned Blockbuster, I do miss Blockbuster, and the fact those kind of shops you go in to like pick which film you want and you rent it, and then you do it, and then you just return it. I just miss those days. But now it's just like you can like watch stuff on Netflix and alike, and you can just like watch them and don't have to return anything. The only thing is you have to pay a membership for it. Whereas with Blockbuster, you just pick up a film, pay for it to rent, and then return it. So it's quite good. But I think those days are pretty much like not around anymore. Plus, people are just referring to on-demand services instead of Blu-ray players. Which,
for sure.
At the moment, it's just like if you want to get a Blu-ray player that gives out good quality, be prepared to spend over 50 quid for it. You can use the Xbox or Xbox Series S to like play Blu-rays. But if you wanted something that is more serious, then you can get a standalone Blu-ray player. But then again, it's just like it's not really worth it when all you had to do is just sign up to Netflix and you pay only like 10 quid a month. So, and then you had to pay either pay Blu-ray discs or you just like rent. Well, I don't think you can rent them anymore, but whatever. Yeah. But I think the trouble is that not all of the stuff that you want to watch will be available because for some things like some anime shows that you have to get them on Blu-ray, and that's how I did it for the Madoka before I realised it's on Netflix.
All right. Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like the a la carte, you have a massive collection of games / DVDs. That's the future. I mean, like, we got Spotify, we got Netflix. That's kind of how everything's going. That's what Game Pass is, really. They kind of see the writing on the wall. We're not always going to be buying games for 70 quid a game. Like, that's not going to be the future we live in. I think everyone's just going to have an Xbox Game Pass subscription or PlayStation Plus subscription or Nintendo Switch Online subscription and just play most of their games that way. The majority of them. I think Xbox is just kind of getting out ahead of it and being the ones to start the progress. I think Sony can see the writing on the wall. That's why PlayStation Plus has become a thing. And, like, you know, not many people buy DVDs or Blu-rays, like you said. Not many people buy CDs anymore. Physical media is dying out, unfortunately. I like physical media, but most people buy stuff digitally these days. And then most of the games I play are on Game Pass, like the vast majority. I'll still buy Pokemon on my Switch, and I got a PS5, and I probably will buy God of War probably get that for Christmas. But every other game I'm buying digitally or getting on Game Pass. Like 95% of my games, I'd say, Xbox and they're on Game Pass or digital. I think physical media is going. It's going to be dead within the next 10 years or so. I think saying PlayStation's going to be dead in the next 10 years is a bit of an exaggeration. I think physical media might be though. I think the next PlayStation will have a disc drive. The next Xbox will have a disc drive. I think it's just going to be like they're just going to be downloadable boxes. I think that's it. I think discs are going to be the thing of the past. I think that's. I mean, they already kind of are. I mean, we got a discless PS5 and we got the Series S. And
Yes.
the Nintendo Switch is cartridge based, but I think everything's just going to be 100% digital going forward. And that's why people are saying the PlayStation and Blockbuster.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge fan of Game Pass. Every week I can say how fantastic Game Pass is, and I'm not going to ever say it's not. If they put the price up, which we're worried about, I think that it's still worth the money. We got Starfield, Forza, Redfall, Minecraft, Legends. We've got loads of really good games coming out next year, and it's paying £10 a month for it. I think that's well worth it. I have lots of fond memories of Blockbuster, but it was never that good of a deal compared to Game Pass. If you compare, if you had to choose between would you choose if you had to choose between Blockbuster and Game Pass, what would you pick?
Blockbuster.
Oh, okay. I was not. What do you mean? I thought you just saying Game. It's like Game Pass, surely. What do you mean?
Well, the Game Pass is like, oh, it's good. You can like get different games, and that's fine. But given I got such a backlog of purchased games that I have yet to beat, I think it's just like if a Blockbuster comes back, then I can just go in and see what films I can pick up and rent. But beats than having to go through Netflix only to realise two of the films you want to see, you have to go to either Netflix. If it's not there, go to Amazon. Oh, you have to rent it. Too bad. Let's go over to, say, Disney Plus, and it's just like every service, she doesn't have all the stuff you have available, and it's only Amazon that you can only pay to rent, and it's just like uncertain whether this is going to be part of Amazon Prime. So,
I mean, that's a good point you bring up there. Is that we say this is the future. I mean, I'll say Netflix and Spotify and all that, but then you go to Netflix, it's like, well, if you want to watch all the Disney films, you need to get Disney Plus, or if you want to watch Ted Lasso, you have to get Apple TV, or if you want to watch what's it called? I forgot what it's called now. Like the anti-superheroes, like Amazon. I forgot what it's called now. The Boys. If you want to see The Boys, you have to get Amazon TV. And if you want to see the new Game of Thrones series, you gotta get Now TV. It's like you gotta get like 7 or 8 different bloody subscriptions. If you want to see Halo, you gotta get Paramount Plus. Like, no, leave me alone. There's too many, and it's like we're like at the moment we're like, yes, Starfield, sweet, and Redfall, all that, Game Pass, awesome. And then you'll be like, oh, but if you want to play Spider-Man 2, you're gonna have to get PlayStation Plus. And if you want to get the next Mario Kart, you're gonna get Nintendo Switch Online. And then if you want the new Assassin's Creed, you need to get Ubisoft Play. And it just all adds up. It's like, no, I just want one subscription, please, no. If ABK goes through, I think I'll be good with just the Xbox subscription. There's enough games on there to keep me occupied, though. But yeah, that might be the only downside, I think, really, is the fact that you don't get everything on Xbox Game Pass. You just get everything Xbox, which is good, but you're not going to get any of the Sony exclusives or any of the Nintendo exclusives, and you probably won't get a lot of other games as well, like Square Enix stuff and Sega and whatever. Yeah, I mean, you make a good point in that case with that one. What do you guys think, though? What do you think about Blockbuster? And do you think Sony's going to be dead within the next 10 years? Do you think Game Pass is the future? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think the Game Pass is going to be a future anyway, because I think with the rising individual game prices and people like preferring to download, the Game
Yeah.
Pass is just pretty much going to be like more valuable. But I think it would be a bigger problem if Microsoft were to increase the price of that too.
Yeah,
But we'll
sure.
just still hope and cross our fingers, because the thing is, the Game Pass is already profitable
Yeah.
and it will remain to be the same. It's just like get different games with it. Plus, I know I've got Xbox Series S, so therefore the Game Pass is just a lot more useful than when it comes to Xbox Series X.
Yeah.
So it's just a huge win.
Yeah, and also like, they're trying to make Game Pass bigger on PC. They're trying to push like when the Samsung TV, Samsung TVs come out with the Xbox app, you don't even need the console. You can just play the game straight through the TV. That's going to be a big thing. And there's like Keystone, where you're going to be able to buy a device that's like under £100 to be able to play all the Xbox games on it, or you might be able to stream it all on your iPad. I think mobile gaming and PC gaming is going to be a big thing for Xbox. I feel like they're going to be bigger than just the Xbox consoles going forward. So I think it is the future. I think that it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. as Donald Trump says, huge.
Sounds like British to me.
Yeah, so I think that's it for this week's episode. I mean, we're pretty much just hit the hour. If there's anything else you want to discuss before you wrapped up today,
Not really.
no. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. If you had any questions, let us know in the comments below. Next week is the Game Awards, so we'll probably have a lot to talk about next week. Probably going to have some trailers to analyse, and we're going to probably go over the results, probably. But thank you guys for watching. If we do come across quite sluggish today, I do apologise. We're both pretty tired. It's been a long week for us. But hopefully next week will be a bit more fighting fit and ready to go. Yeah. Pumped up. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, too sweet. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to the X Marks the Box podcast. Follow us at X Marks Box on Twitter or X Marks the Box on YouTube. And follow us on all audio podcast services. Thanks for listening.